So it begins like this: the discovery of fission. In 1934, physicist Enrico Fermi conducted experiments in Rome that showed neutrons could split many kinds of atoms. The results surprised even Fermi himself. When he bombarded uranium with neutrons, he did not get the elements he expected. The elements were much lighter than uranium. In fall of 1938, German scientists Otto Hahn and Fritz Strassmann fired neutrons from a source containing the elements radium and beryllium into uranium. They were surprised to find lighter elements such as barium in the leftover materials. These elements had about half the atomic mass of uranium. In previous experiments, the leftover materials were only slightly lighter than uranium. Hahn and Strassmann contacted Lise Meitner in Copenhagen before publicizing their discovery. She was an Austrian colleague who had been forced to flee Nazi Germany. She worked with Niels Bohr and her nephew Otto R. Frisch. Meitner and Frisch thought the barium and other light elements in the leftover material resulted from the uranium splitting or fissioning. However, when she added the atomic masses of the fission products, they did not total the uranium's total mass. Meitner used Einstein's theory to show the lost mass changed to energy. This proved fission occurred and confirmed Einstein's work. So, essentially, they fired a bunch of atoms of a certain type of element into the atoms of a different kind of element. They measured the results, found out something wasn't there, and essentially proved Einstein's infamous E equals mc squared, energy converted into mass. So, to me, it's a really fascinating story because it demonstrates, first and foremost, the level of companionship and the level of interchange of information that had to take place back when this nuclear discovery was first taking place, where you had scientists from all over the world, all over Europe. You had Italians doing work with the Swiss, doing work with the Germans, Americans, and this is just one small excerpt. I read this other book that really went into the history of nuclear energy, and there was such a global effort from the scientific community, and it's just truly inspiring when you read about that stuff, because even though there was issues, there was of course wars between German scientists and the West, the Allies, there was still a lot of interchange of information that was taking place for nuclear energy. And during the war, this did kind of get hampered and it was slowed down, but there was still, the scientific community was still strong. And it's kind of like, and ties into this current situation with Russia and all that stuff that's happening, that, scientific communities and just all the things outside of politics, they're really important to ensure that that there's still connections between our people and the other people, and there's not total alienation of the other. The people aren't other, so to speak. And any thoughts on that?
Yeah, well,